So, looking at our daily time frame, man, that was good. I wish I would have recorded that. That was good. All right, looking at our daily time frame. Y'all remember when we started out last week? I think it was last week. Might have been a week before last, but we just going to go to last week, right, and run this 20 days back. We were talking about this February 5th down close candle, right? Anticipating price to utilize this as a bullish order block on the lower time frames, right? And as we see, like we said, Monday, price dropped down and took out that sell side liquidity where we was looking to see if that was going to remain a long-term low. We dropped down and took it, but then we came and closed right back inside of the range. And where is that? Inside that bullish order block right there, right? Wicks do the damage and bodies tell the story, right? We wicked down there and we took out all kind of sell side liquidity. But look where we closed at, right back above mean threshold of that bullish order block. So that's why we say price still hasn't told us anything, right? Besides the fact that it has manipulated sell side liquidity, all right? Also, it has extended, right, this bearish dealing range right here, extended it a little bit lower. But we've come right back up and closed inside that order block. So now when we look at the dealing range that we're in on the daily time frame, right? Right there, right? This is the dealing range that we're in on the daily time frame. Tim, why do you say that? Because we came up, took out buy side liquidity. We came down, took out sell side liquidity, and dropped down, took out sell side liquidity again. So we're inside a bearish dealing range there. Take out a high, take out a low, that gives you a dealing range. Where are we? We are still in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. All right, so we swept liquidity, came back up, right? Right there at that consolidation point, right in the middle of that consolidation. And then today, price poked up right above equilibrium, created relative equal highs right there at last week's high, right? Because yesterday we came down, took out last week's low and higher time frame liquidity. Then we rallied back up, and then today we came right up to last week's high and created relative equal highs, right? So we've engaged one side of the liquidity, speaking of the weekly range, right? And then we reversed and was heading toward the opposite side, okay? And we know that the algorithm tends to do that when it creates a range, right? It will engage one side of the liquidity, and then many times it'll give you a signature to go back and attack the opposing side of the liquidity, okay? So we down here in a discount of our range, right? Even when this February 6th low was the lowest low, right? We're still in the discount of our range, right? So the algorithm drops down, takes out sell side. Now, if the algorithm is truly bearish and wants to continue down, right, this move into the sell side with a failure to displace and we retrace right back up into the range, right, you will want to see it come and take out some form of liquidity, right, get into a premium, maybe even take out that liquidity, but we've already swept liquidity there. So these aren't relative equal highs. This is just a swing high, right? This is internal liquidity inside this range, right? Come back up, take out some form of liquidity, and then give you a wig snatcher. That's what you will want to see on the daily time frame if price is truly bearish and wants to go down, right? But if this sell side is all that the algorithm wants, okay, it's all that the algorithm wants, then you will want to see us create a bullish Judas swing, and then price be supported at that bullish breaker, right? Because you would, this right here, that would be your bullish breaker there, right? Price came down, retraced back to a premium, took out sell side, breaking market structure, support price. But right now, you just inside of a consolidation. So there's no way for anybody to say this is what the algorithm is going to do, because all we're doing is taking liquidity, moving back into the range, taking liquidity, moving back into the range. That right there is the true definition of consolidation. That right there is the true definition of engineering liquidity, right? If you notice, there has been no displacement on the daily time frame outside of this range right here, right? When we was here consolidating, we got displacement outside of this range right there, right? We got displacement outside of this range. So we have been talking about, we're in a sell program, but right now we're in the discount of the sell program. And we just sat there engineering liquidity, right? And we'll talk about how we're in a sell program, but the algorithm is showing signs of respecting bullish order flow. We came up, took out a short-term high. We came down, took out a large amount of liquidity, and got a huge bullish move off of it, right? So we're still in a sell program, but price is still respecting bullish order flow right here. Yes, it's extending the sell program, right? But where are we closing in reference to the down close candles? We created down close candle, right? This is consecutive. The last down close candle, we've been respecting mean threshold ever since we made these down close candles here, right? We came over here, made these down close candles right here. The last down close candle there, respect the mean threshold, right? Made a down close candle there, respect mean threshold. Down close candle there, respect mean threshold. Rally all the way up and take out buy side, right? Create two down close candles, respect mean threshold. Down close candle, respect mean threshold. Two down close candle, respect mean threshold. Right? If you're in a sell program, right, you just want to see us run over these down close candles, meaning closing below mean threshold. You want to see the up close candles, right, act as resistance. Not doing that, right? Not doing that. But we're still in the middle of the road, so you don't know which way it's going to go on the higher time frame, right? Again, if we look at, right, that's the low. Well, let's go back here for a minute, because we just made that low. Okay, remember we said if we looking at just this portion of price here, if we just look at this portion of price here from the equilibrium down to the low, right, from the equilibrium down to the low, we're consolidating in the premium of the discount, right? We're down here consolidating in the premium of the discount, right? Price sells off, takes sell side, and then quickly moves right back up, respecting that right there. right? So you say, damn, why did it sell off? Because it sold from a premium inside this range right here, right? It sold from a premium inside this range right here because based off our dealing range, right, we was in the premium of the discount, right? And then if we look at where we were consolidating at from the highest high to the lowest low, right? That's the highest high, lowest low of the consolidation, right? Come down, move back to equilibrium, go up, move back to equilibrium, go down, move back to equilibrium, right? Moved up, back to equilibrium, right? Took out sell side, back to equilibrium, right? Today, moved up, back to equilibrium, right there, right? And that's based off of our old consolidation area right there. Right? So price is fractal. Price is fractal, price is price. When you're looking at the daily charts and you see that you're stuck in a range, you can still see the algorithm be in the algorithm. But you just have to trade within the scope of that range, meaning you're not trying to force price to run off until it's ready, right? Until we get displacement out of this range, right? We just have to play the range. No matter if you trade in futures, no matter if you trade in options, no matter if you trade in stocks, until we displace out of this range, you have to play the range. All right. Just like we said here, we were stuck in the range, but then we got displacement out of the range. What does displacement look like? A heavy one-sided move, preferably coupled with an imbalance. All right. Well, Tim, we got 2 down close days right there. Them 2 down close days stayed within the range. Tim, we got 2 down close days there and another up close day, but we broke outside. We stayed in the range. We need a heavy one-sided move, preferably coupled with a fair value gap. Get a heavy one-sided move coupled with a fair value gap and a break in market structure that strengthens the move. The algorithm is telling you something. Oh, I know what that is. I can start looking for price to give me a opportunity to retrace and continue. Price is giving me. Now, let's look at it like this right here. Let's think forward for a second. Right? We're consolidating here. Okay? Matter of fact, let's go back to this point right here. Right? We're consolidating here. We go up. We take our buy side. Right? We come back down. We take out sell side. Now, if price starts to displace away and creates a bearish fair value gap there, right? This right here can be looked as the price engine model of offset distribution. But until we displace out of this area, we don't have the offset distribution yet. Now let's go to the other side. We're consolidating here. Price trades down, takes out sell side liquidity, right? And then if it rallies and displace away, that can be offset accumulation. Consolidation, manipulate the lows and displace up. Now, what can you look at to say, hey, which one is more likely over the other? Right now, the offset accumulation is looking like, to me, that is more likely than the offset distribution. Why do I say that? Because we have come down into a deep discount, right? We've taken sell side, But look at the manner in which we took sell side. We traded down into all of this sell side and got a violent reaction back up, right? After we had been respecting bullish order flow down here while we're accumulating longs and shorts. While we're accumulating buy side and sell side, we manipulate the low and rally violently. As opposed to when we came up and we took out a short-term high, right? We didn't reject it violently immediately, right? We came up here, we took it strong, but then we just moved right back into the range and started consolidating more, right? Started consolidating more. So since we're in a discount and we're accumulating, that's why I say those are the reasons. We're in a discount, we've taken sell side liquidity, and every time we touch lows, we rally up. Touch lows, rally up, right? Touch lows. We came back to the middle of the range, but rally up, went very high in the range. Touch lows, rally up, right? Every time we touch lows, we rally up. That's another sign of respecting bullish order flow, right? But it still hasn't displaced the weight. So that's just when people say, how do you see it in real time, Tim? This is how you see it in real time. You just look at what the algorithm is doing. And you don't try to force it. You wait until the algorithm tips his hand. Because if you're trading off of this time frame, right? Remember what we said about them 18 months? Remember we saw that setup that took 18 months? When I was like, man, I should have been recording that. If you're trading off this time frame, you got to let it play out, right? You got to let it play out. That's our daily time frame, man. That's our daily time frame where price is. Y'all do me a favor. Hit a like for the algorithm. And if you ain't subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Lock in, man. Lock in with the gang. Hit subscribe, man.